I'm live, Saturday Night Live. I really miss Saturday Night Live, really. Is the chat working? Take two. Laugh out loud. Same as last time, Neil. They can't keep me down. I'm not going to quit. Not going to quit. It is an uphill battle on this YouTube. Okay, he back. Woo! I'm back. Back in action. The fog has lifted. The earth has shifted. I'm back. Sup? Thank you, guys. Hit that like button. It really helps. I hate saying it in my videos, but sure does. Get them. And you cannot get rid of me that easy. That's right. If you want me to do something, tell me not to do it. That's about the best way to get me to do it. Back in the saddle. Hey, Charger Mopar, man. Come on, guys. This is fun. All right. So, like I was saying before, I'm going to hold my finger on the chat. So if I don't get it, I will in a minute. I'm doing all kind of crazy stuff. All right. So I've been making these videos on the new I don't even want to say it, the hepatitis thing in children. And I feel like I need to talk softly. It's so stupid. It might be a thing because it seems to be getting silenced. My good buddy, the Economic Ninja, shared the video. It should have went ballistic. And I got like 100 more views. But I got a bunch of likes and 250 subscribers. Now, why didn't it get more views? What could possibly be the case? Now, I think critically about everything, everything. And maybe, it's a nothing burger. It's not anything. I get a lot of comments saying how this happens all the time. It's no big deal. Scotland has had 4 cases in a year on average, and now they've had 5 in 3 weeks. So I'm going to talk about the stuff, but just in case I get taken down, you can find me at Financial Fitness 318 on Telegram. A lot of people aren't familiar with it yet. I usually post things over there before I even talk about them. I'll read some of these comments before I get too far behind. Sage News, thanks for telling us about the channel. It's good. Thanks, man. Sage is awesome. Sage is a good dude. He's trying to do the right thing. Hey, Gnome. Wesley, I'm day to day. A day may come when the curve of man fails, when they forsake our friends and break all bonds of fellowship, but it is not today. Dumb Money Media gave me a super chat. Man, you guys are awesome. You don't have to do that. Don't say the C word. Well, it's about to be the H word. There could be some funky stuff, floating to the top. This thing could really start to surface, and I hope you know the thing I'm talking about. The thing that people have been doing for the last couple of years might come back and start haunting us. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. I love being wrong. On something like that, it is no fun to be right about. But let me see what this super chat's about. Rob Kane's Action Summit is next week online. Free apes of all ages. There is also a hype commercial ready. I made if you're curious. All right, check out Dumb Money Media. Dumb Money Media gave me a super chat, and he's pushing Rob Kane's out. Go, Rob. Thanks, brother, for the super chat. That means a lot. It's $5. Hey, it's $5. I love it. That's a quarter ounce of silver almost. Or, well, it's less. Premiums are going up on silver, guys. We're going to see $50 and $60 premiums one day. Just know that. If you think premiums are high now, just wait. First live video, great info. Oh, cool, man. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for coming along. Turmeric, man, helps naturally with inflammation. Hey, there's a lot of natural cures. I'm into anything natural and non-addictive. Sage is a cool dude. Lord of the Rings quote. Pay no attention to the Google balloon floating over your house. They probably are. Hey, look, that's really discouraging. It's really discouraging when you go out of your way to do all the research and make the video and it doesn't get pushed out. But people are liking the video. It is an uphill battle. It is. Okay, look, let's go back. When the virus was real bad, I put a video It's one of my first ones about a doctor that was more than qualified to talk about it. He was a virologist that this is what he did was talk, this is what he studied his whole career. I put it on YouTube and it was down in 8 minutes and they gave me a strike and you only get 3. You actually only get 2 because your third one, you're gone. And the strikes never go away. They're there forever. So, when that happened, I thought, well, I can't say the hep thing anymore. So y'all are going to have to really read between the lines because I'm going to cover it anyway. I mean, I'm not going to stop. Man, I'm missing these. The thing's jumping. Mark the Silver Shark. You guys commenting. I really appreciate it. If y'all aren't commenting, get in there. I visit with these guys every day. My wife's watching. Hey, baby girl. I planted you some flowers today. I wasn't supposed to tell you that, but I did. Truck Boy. What's up, sir? You're awesome. You're awesome, man. Dumb Money. What's up, everyone? I hope you have a good trip on your Rob Kane's thing. It's 2 a.m. in Israel. Wow, I got people from Israel watching. Thanks, Noam, for watching. Well, the bird flu has been studied for gain of function in a lab. That is the scariest. Look, I got to talk about that since we're talking about things we shouldn't talk about. Okay, if this is true, if the bird flu has been studied with gain of function and they're manipulating it, I don't know why they're doing that to things in the beginning. Well, actually, I do, but if they're doing the same thing they did, it is going to be, and I know there's people on here all the time, you're just a fear monger. And that's the same thing y'all was saying when coronavirus coming around the corner. I was, hey, there's something bad coming from China. We'll worry about that when it gets to North Louisiana. You don't even, you're just a fear monger. You're just freaking out about nothing. Well, maybe so, but I was right. All of us were. All these people here were watching and paying attention. That's why I encourage people to get in the comments because they drop some nuggets in here. MNJ just turned me on to a doctor that was awesome about the new thing that's coming out. So, and he's very hard to listen to, MNJ. This guy, doctors are super smart and they're really hard to listen to sometimes. So I try to cut out the gold and give it to you guys and also push his channel so he can get some credit from it too. Hello, Billy Bob Thornton. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. You got to, if you're going to do that, you got to, yeah. Mm-hmm. It ain't got no gas in it. What did you kill Jesse for? What did you kill Jesse for? I like Billy Bob Thornton. My wife kind of looks like his wife, his ex-wife. I don't know. He's been married to a bunch of times, probably. What was her name? She's hot. That's all that matters. So, I wonder if we have to get on a Zoom or open meeting chat to be able to communicate. I don't know. That's very likely. They're going to shut us down eventually. This AI is getting nutty. I'm going to start testing it a little bit, and y'all are going to know it. I'm going to start. I was told not to do this by a man much smarter than me, but I was going to start showing things like this and see if they pick up on it. See how far they have come, because that is the future. We are entering the metaverse. Please don't think we're not. Understand that AI manipulates everything. If you haven't seen The Social Dilemma, you need to watch it. Get your kids together and your grandkids and on YouTube or Netflix or wherever it's at and watch The Social Dilemma. The AI cat is out of the bag. There's no putting it back in. It is controlling man now. It picks up. If I'm not producing stuff people likes, it knows it. If y'all aren't hitting the like button, it knows it. It will not push something that doesn't hold people's attention, and they can manipulate that any way they want. I got another super chat. I got a final exam to finish right now, but love you, man. I'll have a bunch of terrible videos coming out soon. Why are your videos aren't terribly made? And if they are, it won't be for long. My first videos were awful. Y'all should go back and look at them. I don't actually. They were rough. But look, you have to get in there and make the mistakes. You got to. There is no failures. There's only learning experiences. You know, the this is the fringe. This is the hat that I'm talking about. You guys in the comment, the coffee mug. The fringe is the people that look out for one another, the people that don't take what they get off of legacy media as gospel. I run into a lady at the airport. She was not the fringe. She was wearing 3 masks with a coffee filter in between. I said, wow, that's incredible. That's you're really all in on this, aren't you? She said, yeah, I'm a school teacher and I'm, and the conversation did not go well. But we kept it cordial, and she agreed to disagree, which I'm willing to do with anybody. All right. They're using the same PCR test on the bird cough. We haven't learned anything over the past 2 years. Well, see, look, all these things are, it might be a nothing burger. So be it. In my opinion, the last thing was a nothing burger. But all they need is a good narrative to shut this place down. And then, they control the food. If they shut us down and control the food supply, we're in their hand. Well, if you're not, if you're not prepared and if you're not in the fringe, for sure. But, some people aren't able to grow their own food. And just so you know, that's the fringe. I'm getting distracted with all these comments. It does not pick up sarcasm. That's a very good, and I'm really good at that. So expect more sarcasm and different vocabulary. My vocabulary isn't that good anyway. So I think I'll be all right. I'm really going to try to figure out this AI stuff. So y'all just hang with me. Thank you for hitting the like button. You guys are awesome. Haha, show things like this. You're right, though. I know that it's getting that freaky. AI is picking up that kind of stuff. Why don't I have that out? Check this out. Have y'all seen those rounds? A good buddy of mine, Luke, gave me that, and they are awesome. It will absolutely blow up a pumpkin. This world is nuts. Yes, you're right, Teresa. They have software that logs several numbers on firearms to show the social media. Oh, whoa. Man, see, it's too much. Technology is too much. We got to slow it down somehow. It is absolutely taking over. I don't think it's going to. It did double every 18 months. Somebody else, he's got a much smaller channel than mine, told me it didn't. It didn't do 18 months. I wouldn't let someone like that teach my dog. I wouldn't either, man. And I've got a whole pile of papers here I'm going to tell you about. So hold up on the comments. I don't want to miss them. I really enjoy them. It's going to be like set 1917 on steroids. Man, I think you're right. But we received 2 boxes of COVID testing kits this week that were made in CN. They went straight into the garbage. Okay. I don't blame you. All right, look, I'm going to do a video on this, but I'm noticing things where I work for these gas companies we're starting to be short on. And I was talking to David Morgan about it, the silver guru. He was telling me about the want of a nail. And I've heard about that before. And I got it somewhere. I'll try to just memorize it. For the want of a nail. They're talking about a horseshoe nail. It's a book. For the want of a nail. Well, hold on. I'm going to screw it up if I don't find it. For the want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For the want of the shoe, the horse was lost. For the want of the horse, the rider was lost. For the want of the rider, the message was lost. For the want of the message, the battle was lost. And for want of the battle, the kingdom was lost. And all for the horseshoe nail. So, with that being said, it does not matter if you've got work if you don't have parts. Okay? It doesn't matter. Even if we're not entering the Thunderdome, if we can't get things that's starting to get worse, leave me some comments if you notice things that are getting worse that you can't find, that are absolutely critical. We've got to start having these critical talks about critical things. I might do a video of critical talks on critical things because There's so many things that come from China. I'm going to go through a list in a minute that we don't get anywhere else. Like some things are like 97%, like rare earths for one. Speaking of rare earths, I'm gonna spill. Y'all are getting the video early. So we get 97% of rare earths from China. We get 86% of tungsten from China. Magnesite, 70%. Graphite, 65%. Graphite goes in batteries. We cannot source it here. One of my awesome subscribers' wife works at a car factory. They're going electric. That's the new thing. Be green. Be a green weenie. You know, no CO2. No all the bad. We need to be green. Well, you can't do it without graphite. You cannot do it without sourcing stuff from China. There's a whole list here, but I'm going to study on rare earth just for a second because that is 97% from China. That blows my mind. I want to say that over and over because talking about critical things. Where'd it go? Well, I don't have it. It's just here. There it is. It's on the floor. All right. When we talk about rare earths, there's a list of things that I've got one that these rare earths are used in. Now, cerium, I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, cerium. All right. It is used in catalytic converters for cars. Okay. It gets up to a certain hot temperature and it burns, gets the fuel and all the bad stuff in the motor. It burns it out that's left over from fuel. So it'll be clean air. Now, it's a big green weenie thing. It's used in catalytic converters in cars, enabling them to run at high temperatures and play a crucial role in chemical reactions in the converter. Lithium and cerium are also used in process of refining crude oil. So if we cannot get the catalytic converter because we cannot get cerium, that is a rare earth that we get 97% of from China, it's all for the want of the nail. You know, if you can't get the cerium, you can't get the catalytic converter. If you can't get the catalytic converter, you can't get the job. If you can't get the job, you can't get the money. If you can't get the money, you can't get the food. If you can't get the food, you can't win the battle. And if we don't win the battle, it's going to suck. So you get where I'm going with this. And if you know of a way to make money from this, you know, you guys are smart. If you know of a way that some company that's getting started over here, that's what I want to do. I want to start going around to these mines and really figuring out which ones are the good ones. I got to catch up on some comments. They're going by like crazy. Using PCR for the bird cough, they're saying if one is plus, then the whole flock gets cold. I know. See, and that's a narrative they're going to use because I absolutely think there's a war on meat. There is a war on our food because when they control all the food, they will control the rest of us. Well, they're going to have a hard time controlling the fringe. But like you said, like the World Economic Forum said, we're the fringe. We're the ones on the outside that don't participate in our owning nothing and being happy. Well, I've already owned nothing and I wasn't happy. Okay. Lucky I haven't ran out of anything yet. You know, I haven't either. When this thing happens and all the food runs out, we're going to have food just like you guys. Have a little food, eat out front, place in the back. Just go to the grocery store like normal. It's common sense. That's because they spent years shipping all of our stuff to China and won't come back overnight. That's true. So greed got us here. Greed got us buying companies, getting stuff built by slave labor. And then it comes here at a cheaper price. That's why I can't build my gym equipment here. I mean, I built it and I did it because I wanted to. I wanted to follow my dream and build the baddest squat rack that lives on the earth. But I can't produce it cheap enough to sell, to mess with. You know, it's not enough money left over to deal with, to go to the trouble. The reason I say that is because there is a new financial system coming in the look at the SEC XRP lawsuit. Man, Matthew, I used to have XRP piece of plate up there with XRP wrote on it. It very well could be. All my red flags go up when I look at XRP because it's cheap to use. SWIFT system is dying. The system we use now to move currency overseas. XRP will do it in less than a second. It does like, I forget how many thousands of them in a second. It's nuts, and it's very cheap to use. So and it's under investigation. So does that raise a flag on anybody's head? I mean, does that bing? What's happening? That's one of my largest holdings. It might be my second largest. I can't believe I made a live chat. Hey, Kurt, I'm glad you're here, buddy. What are your thoughts about cryptocurrency? Okay, this is a good one. Riffosaurus. Okay. Crypto's a speculation. We can all agree on that, right? Even you crypto guys, it hasn't been here that long. It's not gold and silver. But what if it is the new financial system? Parts, bits and pieces, small sections of it could very well be part of the digital currency. I mean, come on, guys. You can see that, right? Surely we can open our mind up enough to see it could possibly happen. And if that's the case, and you were an early adopter that put 1% of their net worth, just one, maybe a 0.5%, just a little tiny bit, something that you couldn't care if it went away or not. Because that's what I did a long time ago, about just a little bit, a few years ago, just a little bit, and it went ballistic. And that's why I talk about it. And I really don't want anybody to buy cryptocurrency because I said so. I want you to do your research because I am not a financial advisor. I'm a lot of things, and that's not one of them. But just think about it like the biggest slot machine on the face of the earth. There's several people that'll go pull a handle on a slot machine, but for some reason, people won't buy a little bit of crypto. It's strange to me. So it's a speculation that has massive upside. It also has massive downside. It's extremely volatile, and I wouldn't have it any other way. That's why it's set up to go to the moon. All right. I spent $208 on backup food, cleaning supplies, and soap yesterday. Good job, Teresa. That's so cool. Neil, large food producers in inhumane and evil for profit only. Cuts corners for money. Support local farmers. They care for their animals. That is true. Our chickens are so happy. They're so... that's where I disconnect with the vegans. Our chickens are out there just crapping out omelets, and they're the happiest little chickens I've ever seen. And I don't understand that argument, but you're right. Support local. I get my meat locally. It gets processed locally. And you can freeze meat forever. It'll last a long time in the freezer. Even if it does get a little freezer burnt, it's not that bad. You can cut it off. What happened with the chips in the cars? Well, that goes back to, I think it's called, tell me if I'm wrong, neon. Neon comes from Ukraine. There's a shortage of that stuff. That's how you build the chips. Rare earths go into that. That comes from China. There's all kind of delays. And I kind of think that's how they're going to do whatever they want over here because they already own 30 million acres over here and everything else. So the computer chips could be a very, very big deal. It already is, actually. It jumped on me. I know him personally. I've been to his ranch, grass-fed beef, all local, no supplies. I missed it. I feel like big cities will be screwed. Big cities. Okay. I've got a really good friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name or how he's related to me, but I will say he's a super smart 30-year veteran Marine Corps enlisted officer. So stand-up dude. And he knows some people that have been talking about the gangs are already getting in position because those guys not all of them are just thugs. Some of them are pretty smart. They're getting in position to run the cities. The border will be, he says, the border will be run by the cartel when this thing happens. Well, just think about it. When the money runs out, when they inflate the currency into the stratosphere and it's no good and they can't pay people, that's a possibility. I'm not saying it's likely. There's only probabilities. There's nothing that's for sure. But it's not going to work out good. He even talked about cannibalism. And he also talked about what else? Flies. He said flies are going to be a major problem If this thing, the worst case scenario, I hate talking like that. That's why I never do. I'm really not a doom and gloomer. You guys that are on here, that's not my thing. I'm pretty optimistic. I think we're going to have this thing, and then the fringe is going to grab this stuff, and we're going to trade it for whatever currency, and we're going to do better. It's going to be the biggest wealth transfer in the history of mankind. That's what I'm hanging my hat on. My hat that's made in the USA. Right there. See it? Made in the USA. The fringe. All right. I know how. Curtis, super chat. What's up, Kurt? He just gave me $10. Thanks, brother. It really means a lot, man. You do not have to do that. I will do my best for you either way. Charger Mopar, going great, although I am multitasking, cooking up some plastic into diesel now. You need to make a YouTube channel for Charger Mopar. This guy does everything. These people in these comments, the guys here do all kind of stuff. I want to encourage you to help me spread the news. Crypto was created for everyone to use it for when they implement the Fed coin and possibly the mark of the beast too. I understand that. I mean, you got to take advantage of things now. When, we could be right here. We could be right here, and crypto might. People are going to buy things that are going up. Well, gold miners stocks and silver stocks are going to be one of them because when we run out of that stuff, miners are going to go nuts. Even the bad ones. That's why I'm on a mission. That's why I'm going to BlackRock and I'm going to all these other places to try to find because there's a lot of crap out there, and I want to try to find the best ones. So crypto and mining stocks, I'm all in. I'm not all in, but I have a pretty healthy placement. Thanks again, Kurt. Crypto is Preston. It jumped on me, man. I'm sorry. If you can keep the ducks safe, flies will not be a problem. That's true. Carl Young, depopulation is on the agenda. Hey, if you don't believe him, go watch Bill Gates talk about the next pandemic. He's not a very good liar. I'm not saying he doesn't lie. I'm just saying he can't control that evil smirk he's got. Speaking of cities, I need to talk to you or Ninja about my current situation and maybe get some ideas on how to get my own property and small house. Okay? Why don't you fill me in? I love helping people with this kind of questions. I added 16 Klein adjustable spud wrenches to my arsenal for $80. Wow, that's awesome, Matthew. I love Klein spud wrenches. If you hadn't been to my welding channel, I'm teaching guys. I'm getting people on the fast track on how to make real money, trading time for money. It's all we got in life is time. And if you got to trade it for money, it might as well be the best money you can make without a college degree. Go to Taylor Welding, YouTube Taylor Welding. It's there. I'm making a video a day over there, doing my best for those guys. The WF plans to make as many possible slaves, just like the lead up to the Russian Revolution. In WF's own documents, they plan to have slaves in the cities, the rebels in the country. Man, I hate to talk about it, but I think you could possibly be right. We live in the Thunderdome. Anything after 2020 is the Thunderdome. Things changed. And these people that are walking around with recency biased are going to lose the best. If you're watching me right now and you think everything's just going to stay the same like it's been for the last 50 years, you're wrong. It is changing in front of your eyes. You're living through what is about to be, it's starting to happen now, the biggest wealth transfer that's ever happened. Now, we're probably going to have a downturn first. We're going to have some kind of awful thing happen. And what is the Fed going to do when that happens? Leave me a comment if you know what the Federal Bank Reserve, that's not federal, it's not a bank, and it doesn't have any reserves. You let me know what you think they're going to do when everything crashes. And then we'll go on with the story. Bitcoin will fall more around 10 to 15,000, historically retraces 90%. Yes, I believe that 100%. I think crypto is going to look like cigarette butts on the sidewalk, and that's going to be the opportunity to trade a little bit of your precious metals, not a lot. Just when I say that kind of stuff, people think I'm going to trade it all. No, just take a little bit and buy something that you think is going to go up. Just a thought. Not telling you what to do. Don't do what I say ever. FOMO will cost a lot of people hurt. Yes, it will. You're right. You're absolutely right. They FOMO. When I was changing that board the other day, I wonder if it's right. Is that board inverted? Anyway, I was changing the gold price when it started going up. Poop, 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 poop. People were FOMOing in like crazy. The phone was ringing off the hook. People trying to buy precious metals. But when it goes down, nobody wants to buy. If steaks are on sale, do you buy steak? It's so crazy. You gotta try to grasp that. What would I call it? It's hard to do actually. When things look ugly and it's time to invest, it's really hard to do it. It's like you're doing something out of the normal that you're like, oh, I don't know, it's down and it looks really bad. That's when I'm training myself to invest. That is when I'm going to buy the most. Is when it looks so ugly. Like I said, crypto looks like cigarette butts on the sidewalk. I'm going to be buying it. And I'm going to be making videos about it. And you guys are probably going to be telling me I'm crazy. Some of you can be buying with me. How much per hour do welders make in your area? Woo, that's a good one. I would say anywhere from 50 mobile rig welders, 40, 50 to 85, 90, 100. I'd say anywhere from 50 to 100. But keep in mind, fuel prices are pretty rough right now. And they're not going to get any better. Bingo. Fortified cities. New Pacific metals. I missed it. It jumped, man. I'm sorry. I'm a badass in Thunderdome. Yes, you are. Love it. Who run Bartertown? I don't know. Who did run Bartertown? I think you're talking about the Thunderdome movie with Mel Gibson, or the old one was. Never changed the way she can't ever say you're not the same man she married. That's true. That's true. Nobody can change me. It would be good if she probably could change me a little bit. The Fed will issue a CBDC UBI to anyone with a Social Security number. That's right. But it's not going to be your Social Security number. It's going to be your social credit score. That's how you're going to get your universal basic income. If your social credit score sucks, like mine's going to look pretty bad. There'll probably be a big poster on the side of the road that says, "Don't be this guy. His social credit score is a negative." Because that's how they're going to control who they give the UBI to. You're not going to get your stimulus if you don't give to what they say, or you give to something like the trucker convoy, or whatever they come up with, or you don't have all the new medicine. The fringe isn't going to get very many handouts from the government in the future, but I don't want them anyway. The crash is likely to be the spark to implement UBI. I agree. That will put the sheeple into the cities and the resources will be focused. How much? I agree 100%. How much do you charge for a guy thaw? A guy, though? Does a welder guy actually make W-2 $65 an hour? Yeah, I was making that 4 years ago. Yeah. We actually make that $50 to $100 an hour per hour plus drive time. Yes, it's crazy. Yes, Viking Young, my freezer's already packed. Laugh out loud, not a bit of room. That's awesome, man. That's so cool. I'm so glad for you guys. Nostradamus. Social credit score equals I'm screwed. That's right. Me too, man. Hey, MJ Poodles. Shoot, I missed the start. Canning this evening. I got sidetracked. That's cool. I understand. When it's time to can, what are you canning right now anyway? My social credit score is 0 because I think all the idiots need to be in jail. That's true. They do. They won't ever go, though. Nobody's held accountable for ruining our awesome nation. That's the worst part about this. Could you do a video on US 300 pandemic of the past decade they covered up? I don't know. I'll check it out. USA 300. I got pens everywhere. I can't find one. Surely I can remember that. Yeah, I know. Good life, Greenscape. Learn a skill. College is not a skill. That's so true. Look, go to the welding channel and check it out. Share it with a kid that needs to have to put food in their mouth, that can act, that can do something with their hands. If he's in school staring out the window because he's not interested, but he's a good kid and he's smart and you know it, turn him onto my welding channel. My goal is to get Gen Z going. Those Gen Z guys and girls make excellent welders. They need to be able to trade something, and it's going to be a skill. AI is taking a lot of jobs. All you bean counters and that's an algorithm now. I'm just saying, those kind of jobs. Look, it's already happening all around us. Go to the grocery store, self checkout. AI is taking over 100%. So they can't do my job. Yes, they have automated welders, but they can't pull measurements and roll fittings and cut flanges down, fittings down. You know, that's a skill set, just like a carpenter, just like an electrician. All those guys are in high demand. Have you had a plumber out lately? Yeah, he's making some jack. So it's coming back. It's coming back to the trades. Get somebody involved. Go to Taylor Welding. 100 in chat, only 44 likes. I got 86 likes here, but if y'all hadn't hit the like button, please hit it for me. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate it. And on my videos too, it helps so much. Speaking of algorithms, you got to give half to your help. Yeah, I know. They pay my helper. Factory assemblers will be robots. Prayers, New Zealand. I didn't know you were from New Zealand, Mark. Not confident. I wonder where they will put the eradicated camps with all the undesirables. You mean the people in the fringe? I'm not going to camp. I'm not going to be a happy camper. Okay? When they come after my metal, they're going to get a different type of metal. I wonder where will they put camps of all. I already read that one. Whoa, it jumped. I was checking out the videos today on Mike Gee. Check him out. Yeah, my local farm market just added 2 self-checkouts. I was pissed. I know. It just takes jobs. Technology brings everything to zero. Everything in technology is cheap, and it gets worse, and now it's starting to create itself. Oh man, you hit the like button. I really appreciate that. I got 106 likes, guys. That's really awesome. Thank you. Power companies are stealing help from other power companies. Big pay and still cannot get help. Never seen an ironworker robot. Good point. Do you think silver will go below $20? Man, Mike, I don't speculate on that anymore. I'm always wrong on that kind of speculation. If it goes under silver, if it goes under $20, I'm going to back the truck up. But it's, to be honest with you, it's very likely when this market crash comes and we don't have food, people are going to be hunting food, and that might impact the price of precious metals. But I have a feeling when all this liquidity that's all over the place runs to something that's not going down in value, it's going to be hard to find. It's going to be unobtainium. You know, it's going to be a weird thing where precious metals are in the stratosphere and so is food. Like Venezuela, eggs did a 15,000x. They went up by 15,000 times, not percent. Gold did a 25,000x. So they're correlated, you know. Food is correlated with gold in that kind of situation. We are not Venezuela. It will be different. I understand that. It's crazy different because we're the world reserve currency. But there's going to be a situation where it's extremely expensive and you would rather buy food, a lot of people. But the people that have money and the people that are early will be able to buy more food. So there's really no downside there. Hey, from I'll check out your welding channel. Cool. Yeah, check it out. It's the fastest growing welding channel on the interwebs on YouTube. It is rocking and rolling because I'm taking everything I do here and I'm just doing it with welding. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to bring as much value as possible to you guys. I would rather eat a jar of worms than use self checkout. Wow, that's hardcore. Woo, that's what they want you to eat. They want you to eat worms, mealworms, actually. Grow food, buy gold. Lost it. What'd you lose, Brian? Is SD Bullion good gold dealer? I don't know. I don't use them. I was trying to use them before and I had some problems. I'm not saying they're bad people, but me and my wife sell gold through Miles Franklin and we beat SD Bullion every day. All you have to do is call 318-564-5823. 318-564-5823, and we will hook you up with the absolutely best price. And I'll put that in the description if I can. I'll do my best to, because I want people to have precious metals. If you buy it from me or not, go to your local coin store. I don't care. There's not really that much money in it, selling little bits and pieces. But if I can get somebody to hold it, and they actually, when you hold this stuff, it's you can tell it's money. You know, they were mining this stuff in Egypt, and they figured it out. You know, it's been money forever. It's going to be money again. The dollar's worth literally what we think about it. That's it. It's on faith. And now Russia's doing deals outside of the petrodollar. That's kind of the nail in the coffin. I've been talking about it, but you know, I can only get so many people to listen. Sam, good Sam, thank you. He says that in every video. Whoa, I got some good ones. Kroger chains in big cities are rolling out robot car food delivery services, and they have millions of sheds opening up all over within a few years. I work at a Kroger, DC, in the Midwest. Wow. Thanks, Matthew. That's that. We're going to start seeing more of that. You're going to start seeing. Look, one good thing that might come out of this, I might finally get my jetpack. I have been wanting a jetpack. I thought for sure I'd have one by 2020, but it hadn't happened yet. Oh man, what is this? US 300. It's a Mesa strain. Oh, you guys already surprised. Google's limiting the searches on the new strain. All right, DuckDuckGo it. I will DuckDuckGo it and look into that. Dude, thank you so much for the happy hour fire chat. It feels good to be around like-minded people. That is the most positive thing you could say. Being around like-minded people is, I'm telling you guys, when I go to church, it's great. They're great people, but I don't fit in. You know, it's just strange. I have to go abroad to you guys. Y'all are all out there. There's so many awesome people out there. People are genuinely good. Generally good. I don't think we're that far gone yet. And when this thing happens, I think it's going to draw people closer together, especially the fringe. Everyone with a yard should grow some food. I agree. That's one of my primary dealers, Marcos. I just got out of my contract to build a new house in Florida. I'm getting a new modular home. Cool. What's the welding channel? It's called Taylor Welding. All you got to do is YouTube Taylor Welding, and it'll be there. You shall eat bugs and own nothing and be happy. None of that sounds like I'm going to be happy. I'm not happy. Love SD Bullion. Christian company, been amazing for us. Cool. Use them. If you like them, use them. If I can beat their price, use me. Morning Tree. 24 good processing facilities have burned down. Hey, Ninja did a video on the food places burning down. It's ridiculous. It's like 20 of them. Why? You got to ask yourself, why? Why is all the food distributors burning down? I need to do a video on that. I feel like it's kind of already out there, but I will if I need to. Looking forward to the resurgence of capital communities again. Me too. Getting an acre and a modular home for raised chickens and grow food. That's what I didn't get a modular home, but that's what I did. I got acreage and I grow food now. Can't go wrong with it. Preston Beatty, fruit trees are great. They're valued like stick-built homes of local customized. Go visit plants, see any problems for this finishing. Good luck. Might be off topic, but what do you see happening in the housing this year? Woo! That's a good one. Hey, y'all got, I love rental properties. They are it's the coolest thing ever to have somebody pay you every month. It just comes in. Bing, bing. Hey, somebody paid you $1,200. As much as I like them, I'm sold almost half. And if I could sell a few more, I probably will. Because I'm thinking interest rates, a lot like Ninja, are going to be 14, 16, 18, and possibly 20% in the future. And when that happens, you're going to see this supply. See what's going on right now, why housing is going through the stratosphere, is because it's a supply and demand thing. There's none on the market. So people are fighting over it. They're getting in bidding wars. They're bidding more than the house is worth just to get the house because they think it's never going to go down. I think it's going to go way down. And the people that paid too much for the house that lose their job are going to have to sell their house. And when we find the bottom, I'm going to try to own 100 doors. In a nutshell, that's what I think about the housing market. I grow 5-gallon buckets. Doing great for the last 3 years. That's cool. Hey, if you live in an apartment, that's a great way to do it. Get some buckets, barrels. If you can put a barrel out there on your porch, you can grow a ton of potatoes. I'm serious. You can grow so many potatoes in a barrel. Watch a video about it. YouTube, potatoes in a barrel. Satan Klaus talking about food places. Yeah, that guy. You can't make that stuff up. You should watch Klaus Schwab. He looks like Dr. Evil. I mean, if he doesn't have a bald cat, I'd be surprised. Find the YouTube video of a guy who makes waterproof pots from contractor bags. Nice. For more than 20 years, burned down the Prepared homestead. Did a video on that too. Okay, I will. Just learned you can own or finance a home for 15% while banks are charging 20%. Hey, that's where this community is going to come in handy. Hard money loans. Thought about that? When I find these deals, I'm going to be finding deals and I'm going to do live chats on them. I'll walk you through the apartment complex or whatever, and we'll get our own little thing going and not have to deal with the banks. Everybody will make money. I'm going to help 1 million people make $1 million. Me and the Economic Ninja and Joe Brown and Jack, all of us are going to do that. When will Miles Franklin online be active? I don't know, but we're close. I know that. Take chicken wire, roll it into a 3-inch diameter circle, put 6 inches of straw, then 6 inches of soil. Put your potatoes in, repeat. That's a good way, vertical potatoes. I'm seeing more houses on the market every day. I know. Hey, we have broke over. I think we have came over the edge, and now we're going to start seeing the supply change. And the prices are starting to stall. I haven't seen anybody start dropping prices, but when it happens, when people start dropping the price and the house sits there for 2 or 3 weeks and they need to move for work, you're going to see them drop it more. And somebody else is going to have to do it even worse. So they're going to drop it more. And then you're going to start to see the guts fall out of it. So it's around the corner. Whoa, I'm getting lost. Y'all getting ahead of me. Positive metal attitude. How much silver would you stack for when the S hits the F situation? That is up to you, Daniel. I tell everybody, make a financial statement. Assets, do that tonight for me. Do it and put it down if you did. Take all your assets. And if you don't know what an asset is, look it up. It's things that pay you to own them. Your house is not one of them unless you're renting it. Take all your assets minus your liabilities. Write that number down. Take 10% of that number and put it in precious metals, up to 50%. It depends on how you feel about your surroundings. If you think everything might be okay, it might be all right, then just do 10. If you think, we're close and there's not only that much metal, then go 50. I can't tell you what to do. I am not that guy. I can just tell you what I do. And it's between 10 and 50%. I'm not telling you how much. I can't do that because y'all do it and then I'll be wrong, because I have been wrong before. PMA, plus the feds are spreading pathogens over St. Louis and San Francisco in the 1970s. Man, Charger Mopar, real estate prices still going up here in Florida. Only a hurricane seems to be able to reverse it. Well, there's one coming. There's one coming. I noticed in Panama City Beach, Florida, my father has a place there. His real estate broker reached out to him and said there was 50 more on the market than there was last week, and there was the week before there was 50 more. So, or it was something like that. It's starting to be more on the market, and that's happening in Florida. That's been the fastest growing place that I know of. If you hadn't been to Miami, it's the new Vegas. I don't plan on going back. When is Annie starting to make rounds? Will you have your own? I don't know what that means. Oh, I will have a financial fitness silver coin. That is going to happen. It will have the Thunderdome on the side of it. Sweet potatoes are great for dogs' food as well. We use sweet potatoes all the time. Rice, we make our own dog food just because we have no vet bills now. We made our own dog food for a month. All the vet bills went away. Our dogs are healthy. Hadn't looked back. Their teeth are hard to keep clean, though. Just know that. I have to keep restarting your video because the comments keep stopping. What is up with that? I know it's jumping on me, too. I lived in Pensacola for several years. Cool. I like it there. Hello, anyone here? Yeah, we're all here. Born and raised in Miami, still here for now. Carl Young. Trump turned on HARP to Project Florida, Alabama from the hurricane. They set over the Bahamas 3 days, chewing it. Finally went up cost. Now, I don't know anything about it. Michigan girl, no one's here to hang out. Anyhow, no one's in Michigan. We got any Michigan people? Raw meat, bones, or cocaine toothbrushes? Okay. I have seen the house prices dropping a little. I make my own dog food too. Cool, man. I live in Panama City Beach and prices are still crazy. Yes, but they're starting to be more on the market. Start looking for supply because this is a supply and demand issue. It's not due to money printing from what I can tell. Ninja was talking about the possibility of a 40-year mortgage being approved. I'm wondering if that's true and if it will keep housing inflated. Whoa, yes, I guess it could. A 40-year mortgage. They're going to give that to a 70-year-old man, I wonder? Probably. We'll see. That's, the Thunderdome, anything goes. Whoa, not what I said. What are you talking about, Poodle? Did I say something wrong? Raw meat, bones are canine toothbrushes. Sorry. I'm dyslexic. It sucks. Mark the Silver Shark. Now I did not know that. Thanks for the info. Yeah, I said cocaine instead of canine. I'm sorry. Tie me to the whipping post. Hey, and by the way, I'm about to let you guys go and have an awesome Saturday. Been on here for an hour. I try to get back to every comment. I know I miss a lot of them, but if I'm misspelling stuff, it's because I'm talk texting. I'm doing it when I'm working. I'm literally hitting the speaker and it says what it says. And a lot of times I go back and edit if it's too bad, but I let a lot of it go because that's the way I roll. So I do my best to be real with you guys, and that's part of it. How do you feel about buying junk silver? 90. Oh man, how do I feel about it? Got some right here. Junk silver is easily barterable. Barterable. Is that a word? It is now. You can swap dimes, quarters for, eggs. It's hard to trade beans for eggs or beans or it's hard to make those kind of transactions. How much do you want for a chicken? I'll take a dime, if that's what we're using foreign currency. High-end houses not selling here. Curtis, that's a really good observation. Y'all keep your ear to the ground because that's part of how I'm going to help people make $1 million. I've got a few YouTube videos about rental properties, and it really, really, it's a game changer. Cash flow is it. All right, guys, if you hadn't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell. I'm going to bring you as much value as possible. Have an awesome, awesome day. Thank you for everything you put in the comments. And I really appreciate it. You guys, can't thank you enough. Later.